Good evening, everybody. I'd like to tell you what I call the EP Midge. I use EP fiber. Uh, it's by a guy named Glicio. I believe that's how it's pronounced. He come up with this fiber to tie streamers with. But as some of you may know, tying small flies and using small hackles, uh, it's become very expensive. So what I've done is I've come up with a thread body midge that I'm using this EP fiber, and it's worked out quite well. It really works, and so that's what I call it. I call it the EP midge, and all it is this is tied in a size 18 uh, scud nymph type hook because it is an emerger. So I fish it in a surface film, and I use this EP fiber. So I'll show you how to tie it, and it ties surprisingly fast too. So you'll probably find that pleasant as well. Something that you'll learn from me is I like fast flies. I don't like taking a tying a fly for 20 minutes. Sometimes I do, like bass flies and stuff, but these trout flies, this is simply not necessary. So I put my hook in. On this midge, I'm using black thread, but you could use gray thread. There's some gray midges out there and some different color midges, so you need to uh, copy those colors. And this is a 6/0 thread that I'm using here for this particular fly. But you get smaller hook sizes, like I tie some of these in size 26. I'm using an 8/0 or a 10/0 thread. So I'll just, this is a thread body, so I'm doing touch and wraps, and I'll stop in the middle there, cut off my thread, and the first thing I do is I tie in the shuck, and I'll get, I'd say that's about 5 or 6 fibers. I'll fold them in half, just like so, okay, and then I'm going to tie this in for my tail. I'm going to use a pinch and wrap. Over time. Make sure that lines up, and it does. And now I'm going to work this all the way down. I'm keeping in mind that this is a body. This is a thread body. So when I'm wrapping this, I'm trying to make that profile, that body profile. You can dub this, but when you start getting into the smaller flies, it is extremely hard to dub that small. Okay, so now I'm going to cut that off. This fiber, it's like a gray, bluish gray, bluish green gray, somewhere in there type fiber. So now I'm going to get me a little, let's call it tuft. Okay, and about that much, and I'm going to simply tie that in. It's about the middle right there. Pinch and wraps. Okay, just like that. Now I'm working this towards the back with a bend of the hook, if you will. And then after I get several of those wraps in, I'm going to cut this off flush, just like that. And after I do that, I'm going to tie that in, like so. Make sure you tie in a nice, pretty body. Take your time with it. I'd rather tie one good fly than 100 bad flies. So I'm just simply building this body here, like so. Just take your time. Now I'm going to fold this back. I got some body to build on the front too. So now I'm going to do that. And some people may want to take dubbing and do this. I don't. Because, you know, in the Little Red River, Norfolk River, White River, those flies get really, really small, and it's just faster and easier. They look better when you do an all thread body fly. So I'm just making the profile of a fly, its body. So now I'm going to whip finish this. Cut my thread off. My tail, I want it to be as long as the shank. Make that cut. And the wing, I want it to be as long as the shank. And you can measure that with your scissors like so. And do that. And that'll get your cut right there. And there you are. And, it's the EP Midge. And it's great for Arkansas tailwaters for trout. So give it a try. It's an easy tie. And I'm sure you'll like it. I've already shown several friends this pattern and they love it. So easy to tie and it actually works. So enjoy it and tight fly lines. Until next time.